Hello guys, what is up? It is Finn here, bringing you guys my reaction to the NHL 23 presentation trailer. I, for whatever reason, have high hopes for this, but at the same time, I know I shouldn't. But I am hoping that one thing about me is I'm an offline guy, so I really care about realism, presentation, little things like that in these kinds of modes. I loved the banner hangings in previous NHL vids, or games, I should say. When players would get awards, like in the beginning of the season, they'd show that little cutscene. So I'm hoping that there's going to be more of that this year. But I saw the whole thing on the interactive Stanley Cup celebration, so I'm assuming that means we can hand off the cup and maybe skate around with it, but we'll see. So go ahead, smash that like button. Let's shoot for 500 likes. I don't know if that's a high goal or not, but do it anyway. Why not? Smash that like button, subscribe, and now let's get into this and see how this looks. Here we go.
Welcome to the NHL 23 presentation deep dive. Let's start by talking through the all-new Stanley Cup celebration.
We've really upped our game when it comes to the Stanley Cup celebration. In previous years, we've had a non-interactive sequence, and that's worked pretty well, but this year we wanted to give the players some agency that's fully interactive. One of the biggest wish fulfillment moments is that tradition in the real NHL of who gets the cup next. We're going to populate the list of names based on approximately 65 different stories that we're tracking under the hood. From the veteran that has never won the Stanley Cup to the assistant captain that also leads the team in goals. When the user selects a player, we hear through the commentary, we justify that decision.
Well, here was a key contributor, tied for most goals on the team.
They went that in depth with something that is not online based. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. See, this is what I care about. These little things. You know what I mean? That's what we don't get enough of. Just the little things that really I don't feel like take that much time. You know what I mean? Like, wow, I cannot believe this. Blown away by that. The commentators will comment on it. There's like all these different options. Good Lord.
To a Stanley Cup win, Ray. Well, I was just most impressed with how he played game to game. And then at some point in the playoffs, I'm like, he's scoring all the time.
It looks awesome. Obviously, we've completely re-mocapped the entire sequence, but we've also added effects, confetti falling from the roof, and of course, like the sparklers that are firing in the background, and it all looks tremendous. After the Stanley Cup has been won, we have this moment where, and this is true wish fulfillment, where you finally get to see your name etched on the Stanley Cup. Whatever the player list of the team is, you're ultimately going to see that name etched in the Stanley Cup, and it's a really cool sequence. It's a total
That's cool.
Of one of the greatest moments inside of our game.
Oh.
We decided to completely revamp this.
Yeah, these were lame. These have been so lame. The hat trick cutscenes.
As soon as you score a hat trick goal, we see from a wide shot just a raining down of an incredible amount of hats, but it's so awesome. We were like, let's ship with that. Inside of eShul World of Chell, we give users the ability to kind of create their own tradition. We can have teddy bears, we can have alien plushies, you can have fish, plastic rats, and roses.
That's cool, because the hat trick animations were so lame. I feel like there were like barely any. You'd see like 10 hats on the ice, but that's awesome. Again, little things like that, you know what I mean, that I feel like don't take that much time. Maybe they do, I don't know, but I'm not a game designer, but I feel like they don't. But again, just those little things.
The work we did in game day atmosphere really changes the entire game. We did a total overhaul of the crowd audio this year. When something happens on the ice, you'll hear it from the crowd. The home team gets a penalty, the home team is going to get on the referee and start booing them. At first it'll be subtle, but as that penalty differential kind of grows, as do the boos. If you're playing a game where you come back, perhaps you win an OT, you're going to get a completely different animation that is properly representative of how hyped the home team is. The intros were in need of some maintenance. We knew we wanted to add some more emotion. If you're familiar with what we call on-ice projections, these big animated graphics that get projected onto the ice during the pregame, we've added them this year. And it's not just for authentic teams, but it's also for World of Chell and Ishel. You actually see the fans waving around these awesome light sticks. And those are also fully customizable inside of World of Chell and Ishel. Users can change their colors, and it really adds to this incredible atmosphere. We're finally adding the national anthems, and what you'll hear is the final few chords of the respective national anthem, and the players will be lined up at their respective blue lines. In World of Chell and Ishel, users will be able to select and customize whichever flag they want from all the major hockey nations.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
This year we've gone kind of fully 3D with AR, and we continue using kind of that face-off moment to show the user meaningful stats but not slow the gameplay down. Really, it's about the leaderboard giving you so many interesting deep insights. It can show things like top scorers on your team, top hitters, top assists, top points.
I love that. I really do. Because like I've always wondered, like in games, like I wonder where he is on the team and this and that. You know, I don't really keep track of that too much, like outside of playing. So I usually only look at that at the end of the season. But here's something, because I feel like Travis Konechny, who's like one of the bigger players on the Flyers, maybe not in the NHL, but he has not, to my knowledge, he has not had a face scan or looked anything like himself. I feel like he still won't. This is just going to be for guys like who are already big names, but we'll see.
It's all about the players, and wanted to bring it home through getting the proper skin shading model and eye shading model. By aligning with the other sports titles, we have a massive amount of engineering power that we can access. We have the skin dual lobe shader, which allows us to adjust the light bouncing off the epidermis and hitting the oil on top of the skin, so we can simulate sort of mild exertion without them looking too greasy, of course. And then we have the dual lobe shading on the eyes also, so it represents like the spec response of light that goes to the cornea, and you get all this sense of light reflecting off the eyes. I know people really like metal things. People love shiny things. And this is us pushing our new shading models to the limit. We now have the Vegas Golden Knight helmets, and we have a metal option for recolorable helmets, so users can customize their equipment so they can have metal helmets or metal gloves. A fan favorite, you can pick a mirrored visor within the customization flow. Players look super cool. You can go all metallic and get your mirrored visor and go full Terminator on the ice. We're getting realistic visualizations of equipment, and we're bringing them into the game. New unique geometry for goalie gear, player helmets, player skates, and player gloves. We've also done about 200 new vanity items, and we've been updating our generic head pool to represent more diverse ethnic backgrounds. We have a large pool of women being represented, not just in our star heads, but in our generic head pool as well. We have ice resolution upgrades, so they really hold up on the 4K televisions. And we also have ice displacement that happens on the ice, so you get this realistic ice buildup that accumulates around the goalie. And
I thought I saw that in the trailer, because I was like, I don't know if I really remember that from years past, so I'm glad they put that in.
then around the sides of the boards, skate spray accumulation on boards. We felt that really helped bring out the personality of the ice.
Thanks, David and Aaron, for walking us through presentation. We'll see you again soon with the upcoming Game Modes Deep Dive.
All right. That was pretty. I didn't really care too much for the stuff they were talking about later on. But like the reflection off the player's eyes and face was like, okay, you know, I guess that's kind of a cool little addition to realism. But I thought the ice build up along the boards was cool. But I'm really like the Stanley Cup celebration and the name on the cup. And again, I feel like that's something that probably wasn't the hardest to implement. I also like the crowd noise too. I think that's going to be cool, especially if you get a big comeback and you hear the crowd roar in the playoffs as well. So this wasn't bad. I mean, obviously, like, I still wish it would bring back banner hangings, and I feel like they would have included that. But I'm glad they kind of stepped up and, you know, or manned up, I should say, and, admitted that, last year it was a pretty lame presentation, celebration, and pretty repetitive to years past. But yeah, I think this is pretty awesome, and that the commentators will comment on it too. So not bad. Again, I'm a big presentation guy, so I really like that. And the game mode one, I'm not getting my hopes up, though. To my knowledge, I remember seeing that on Twitter. It was all over Twitter that they're not going to be really doing too much game mode wise in 24. At least that's what I feel like I remember hearing. But yeah, not too shabby. Well, everybody, that is going to do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your honest thoughts of the game down below. As someone who normally trashes this game, I did like this trailer, but the gameplay one, I'm not getting too excited about that. So we'll see. But I think if they're not implementing anything for next year, or for this year's title, like adding anything new to the game modes, then they better fix it, because I'm getting tired of being in the Calder race and be a pro, and every year I play it. So, but thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.